that the show that we are going to talk about now is an all-time favorite among Brazilian Netflix fans. It's a love letter to the 80s classics that captivated a generation. Stranger Things is set in 1983, Indiana, and is created by the Duffer Brothers, who also serve as executive producers and directors, along with Sean Levi, who also directs. Dan Cohen and Ian Patterson. Stranger Things is a Netflix production, and the series stars Noah Schnapp, who plays Will Byers, Caleb McLaughlin, who brings to life Lucas Sinclair, and Sadie Sink, who plays Max. And they're here today to talk to us about the show. So please welcome to the stage Caleb McLaughlin, Sadie Sink, and Noah Schnapp.
Hey everyone.
Hi. Welcome.
Welcome.
So to get things started, yesterday you really met your Brazilian fans.
Yes.
How does it feel?
It feels great because especially when we came out here, it's just a totally different crowd. I mean, I feel the genuineness in this room, but yesterday was crazy.
You guys are a lot quieter.
Yeah, you guys are a lot quieter. You guys are really ready for the interview, not just us, like our faces.
Which is great, but it's great to see how passionate the fans in Brazil are, especially since all of us, we've never met any fans from Brazil. We see on like social media how many Brazilian fans there are, so it was a really awesome opportunity to get to come here and see them face to face.
Yeah, and I feel like we've been waiting to meet Brazilian fans in person since the show came out, and like last night was that night, and it was all what we thought and more.
And you did premiere a very brief first glimpse into season 3, which is the episodes' names. They were all in Portuguese for your Brazilian audience, and you hadn't seen that before as well. So can you talk a little bit about the energy in the room and how you felt that the fans received that?
Well,
I mean,
I didn't really understand what was because when they showed the episodes, right? The names of the episodes, I didn't understand any of it. So
We
I
could
had to
kinda
look at
translate them.
Instagram
Yeah,
after.
a little bit. We had already
Yeah.
kind
And then we
of-
saw them later, and some
Oh
of them
my
we were
gosh.
like, "What is that? Like the birthday?"
Oh yeah.
We were like,
we
"What does
didn't
that
even
mean?"
know.
Changed some of the episode names a little too.
Yeah, so it was
but
different.
The energy of the crowd, oh my god, it
Yeah.
was just electric.
Yeah, it was
Everyone
chills
was just
going down my spine.
Yeah,
I was like,
everyone was
ooh,
so
Stranger
excited.
Things.
Yeah, and then when it like showed the 3, everyone was like, "Ah!"
yeah.
Yeah. Especially
new
the music.
logo.
The music gets me every time.
Yeah,
even
Caleb
though
and
I
yeah.
hear it all the time, it's like da 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 da. Especially
Such good
in
music.
the in that theater, it was crazy.
Yeah, with
Where
the
it's
big
so
screen,
loud
like
and
you've
the
never
big-
felt that before. I haven't.
Yeah. No, me neither.
And the show really is beloved by the whole world. And we have not only Brazilian journalists here, but people from all over Latin America. So
Nice.
what do you think makes Stranger Things so beloved worldwide?
I mean, I think it's multiple things. I feel like people can really relate to the characters because all the characters on the show are so relatable. They're so easy to connect to because every character has their own personality that's very realistic and true to themselves. And it's not like when the show started, the characters were more like a stereotype of the funny one and this and that. But then as the show went on, they became like real and more complex. And I feel like all people love the characters because they're like themselves.
Wow, he just said everything
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what Noah said.
Oh, I was just saying, I agree with Noah. Like, everyone can find a character that they relate to. And also, I think everyone can find, like, an element in the show that they love. Because I know, like, when I started watching the show, I hated scary movies. I hated anything scary or gory. So I wasn't sure that I was going to like it. But there's so many different elements in the show. They've got, comedy and drama and just, kids being one of the main focuses of the show. That's something you don't find in a lot of television shows these days. So I think there's something for everyone to love. And then, of course, the 80s.
Yeah, it's not just one thing about the show you love. There's like romance, drama, comedy. Yeah, a lot of various things.
And as you said, the show stars are kids, and you're growing up in this environment with each other. So how it is for you on set between the 3 of you and the rest of the cast?
how, like the friendship. That's I mean, it's okay, right? It's not. No, we love,
each other.
Yeah, we do. I mean, when we first came on set, it was just we clicked like that. We're so outgoing. It was just easy to get along and express ourselves to each other.
There's a lot of strong personalities throughout the cast.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
I I also feel like growing up on the show is really cool because we get to, like, Caleb has a video of us from the first season, and we all look completely different, and our voices are so high. And now, like, when we're older, we can look at season 1 and season 2 and just Stranger Things and see, like, that was us as kids.
It's like a really well-made home video that you can just watch.
And I wanted to ask you guys about the physical element of the show, because you do run around a lot, you ride your bikes a lot. So what is it that challenges you the most in shooting Stranger Things?
I think it's learning your character as the season go on, because each season is a different season, and your character experience different elements in the story, right? Like with Lucas in season 1, I didn't really know how Lucas would react. I mean, like, react to him being mad and or sad. I didn't know where he was coming from at the time, so I had to experience that on my own. Those are probably the most challenging experiences of my character.
I think it was hard in season 2 because I had very little information about Max. I knew, like, they told me, oh, she's from California, she's got a, dark history or something like that, and then she's got a brother who's bad news, and she likes to skateboard, but that's all I was told. And so as I was getting each script, I was, receiving more information about my character, and then it wasn't until episode 6 where I really got to know a little bit more about her background, because, the Duffers, they write the scripts as they go. They have a general idea of where they want the storyline to head, but, like, they kind of just, feed off of the actors and feed off of what's working on screen, and that's how they write the scripts.
I feel like for me, I remember reading the scripts for season 2, and I feel like I felt just a mix of emotions. I felt really excited because I was going to get to play just such a cool role and get to do so many different things that I've never done before. But I was also a little bit, like, scared because it was very daunting of just the stuff that I would have to do. So I remember for the scene when I had to talk to Winona and tell her about what happened on the field, and it was very emotional. I was nervous, so I texted Winona and I said, oh, can you help me with this? I don't know what to expect. And she was like, oh, of course, we can go through it. And before the scene, she ran through it with me a bunch of times, and she told me, like, her little tricks from when she was younger, and just that, like, she made me feel really confident. And then I went in and we did it a couple times. And Sean Levy, who directed that scene, was also, he's just such an amazing director because I feel like he keeps the energy going. Like when we didn't get it, he'd be like, don't cut, just go again, one more time. And he was very energetic, which made it easier. So when you have, like, amazing people around you, it makes it easier for you to be good too.
So you were talking about them writing the scripts as they go. Do you guys get to pitch in anything for your own characters?
I mean, we can. Doesn't mean they're gonna listen. But we just like, hey, can Lucas do a backflip? Just asking. That's it, and walk away. But
You have to, like, respect them as the creators of the show,
yeah,
too. Like, you can have,
it's
like,
their story.
you can think, like, oh, this would be cool if my character got to do this, but ultimately, it's their decision. It's their
There's
show.
so many other characters instead of you.
But also, like, they are very open to us, like, being kids. They're very open to what we think and say, and it's kind of like
so, like, Noah's right. Sometimes they'll go up to me and they're like, what if, like, this happened in the show? How would you feel about that? And he'd be like, oh, I would like that. Like, they'll let us know what they're thinking for our characters, which is good.
Yeah, that's usually when the script is done and we're on set and maybe they didn't like a scene or something. Maybe they didn't like how it was, and the best part about it is you can get them at that time, that nick of time where they're, like, open to do anything, and you're just like, all right, now I can make my suggestions. It's great.
And now you're going to season 3. So I wanted you guys to talk a little bit about the difference between shooting seasons 1 through the 3rd and Sadie 2nd through the 3rd.
From filming, okay. So like, what was the difference? From,
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it was first season. I didn't know anyone, so it was just kind of cool. Wow, I'm meeting new people, and this is a new TV show, right? Season 2 was like a family reunion. We had a new cast member, Sadie Sink. Everybody, come on, we had just made it even better. And Noah joined. He technically joined because he wasn't really here, so he almost died. So
I was supposed to die.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
No, you were.
Yeah, they said I was gonna die in season 1, and then
Well, we loved you.
So good, they had to
Yeah,
bring you
You
back.
were so good. Now.
I think that happened with Steve too.
yeah, Steve.
Oh yeah,
was
they
supposed
wanted
to
to
die.
kill him,
Yeah.
but they loved Joe Keery, not Steve. They loved Joe Keery.
Well, I think the character is so funny too, and I love where what they did with him in season 2.
Definitely.
Like babysitter dad Steve, I loved that.
Yeah, it was great. It was funny.
Oh, like the differences? Season 2, I was definitely kind of just feeling everything out. It was my first season. A little bit intimidating at first. And then season 3, I don't know, to me, I just had so much fun filming season 3. And I had a blast filming season 2 as well, but season 3, everything was like a little bit looser. I felt more comfortable on set, knowing everybody. I guess that was one of the big differences. And it's set in the summer this year, and we filmed through the summer. So there was no school for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So we got time to kind of just hang out on set and, just be kids
Just
and
be
hang out and
children.
goof around on set.
I feel like for me, season 1 and season 2 were very different. Just because season 1, I was barely ever there.
I know.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I would fly in for like a week, film a bunch of scenes, and then wouldn't come back for like 4 months. So it was very different. I didn't really like build a relationship with anyone on set like I did, like
We
I
did.
have now.
We
Yeah,
did,
but
yeah.
it was just different than
True.
now.
Yeah.
And then for season 2, I lived in Atlanta where we filmed, and I would go to set every day, and it was amazing because I got to really see everyone and build a relationship with everyone, and it's so much fun being with, because it's like you're just having fun with a bunch of kids on set, and you're just messing around and doing what you think works, and the duffers are like little kids. It's just a bunch of little kids running around, and it's fun. And season 3 was pretty similar for me to season 2. I loved it all.
And now you talked about Winona because you have her on the set with you at all times. Can you talk a little bit about the 80s element of the show and how she helped each and every one of you get into it, or if she did at all?
I mean, I feel like not as much the 80s, but she did really help just me play my character and with my acting. She would always give me little tips and tricks before we started, and just on set, she would just sitting with her, like the scene I was just talking about at the table, where I was talking about what happened on the field. Winona, her like emotions and her face are so real. Like when I see someone cry, I want to cry. And Winona kind of did that for me. And she's just such an amazing actor that she makes it easier for me to do what I do. So I thank her.
Oh.
Now we're gonna open to questions from you guys.
Andrea Rinaldi, de Diario da Tercera. Voy a preguntar en inglés. ¿Ya? I'm going to question you in English. Chileans really love Stranger Things, like in the rest of the world. And like in the rest of the world, it was the series that brought us together to watch. But in Chile, it was the season that got us cheating our significant others more than any other series. How do you feel about that contrast?
How do we feel about other?
This contrast.
Contrast.
Yes, while it was the series that brought us together to watch with our families, it was also the series that got us cheating our significant others.
Yeah. I mean, like we said before about just family, right? You're talking about like family and how people love the show, right? Yes. Okay. I think also since Stranger Things is set in the 80s, people that grew up in the 80s kind of have this like deja vu, like, wow, I did that. I rode my bike and I was not home for 3 days and my parents didn't know. And I had a lot of fun with my friends. I contacted them on the walkie-talkies. So it was just kind of that, like love story to the 80s, and families could, like, parents could show their children, be like, this is what I did, and kids are like, wow, I want to do that, and they're inspired by us, you know. So I'm just glad that we're able to inspire people to, you know, come together and love each other again if they're not.
I mean, I think, like I said, like there's something everyone can find in Stranger Things that they love. So that's why I think families from all over the world come together to watch Stranger Things, because it not only is it family friendly, I mean a little bit scary, but still family friendly, and everyone can bond over it and discuss it. So I think that's great.
I feel like everyone, not just the characters, but everyone can relate, any generation, because like adults from the 80s who grew up in the 80s would love the show. Kids can relate to all the kids. So there's like a big audience. So it's a very family oriented show. So I think it works to bring like a family together.
Hi, my name is Amanda from Metro. Did you ever feel any pressure for growing up? Because we've seen you just as small kids and now you're so grown up. So did you ever feel the pressure, and how do you deal with this?
The pressure of growing up?
The pressure of growing up, and everyone wants you to keep
Oh,
the
to stay
naivety
small, right?
and yeah.
You know what?
keep
It's
being-
annoying because I want to be old, you know? No. But, you know, it's weird sometimes, especially when people have only seen, like, the first season and haven't seen the second season, and they see me. They're like, wow, you're older. I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to get older. But, you know, yeah, especially if you like a girl and they're like, oh, but you're young. No, I'm 17. Like, I'm not
I think-
13-year-old Lucas, you know?
Because we play we play like 13, 14 on the show. But like Caleb, he's the oldest, he's 17, I'm 16.
Yeah.
We're a little bit old, just a little bit older than our characters. But yeah, I think it's hard growing up just as it is, and then, you know, having this platform. I think people would assume that puts a lot of pressure on us, but I don't think I've changed as a person, and I don't really feel any pressure. I'm surrounded by great people, very supportive. So yeah, I'm very lucky.
I think am I the same age as my character?
Yeah,
roughly,
you're
I
around
think
the
so.
same age.
I think so. I mean, I feel like it can get overwhelming, but anything when you have something amazing and you're very lucky, like I'm very lucky for what I get to do, there's gonna be some overwhelming times and it can get stressful, but that's because what I get to do is so amazing. So I feel like it just all comes with it and it all balances itself out, but we learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Gabriela from Capricho. So you're finally here in Brazil. I want to know if you had time to explore the city a little bit and to try any Brazilian food, if you like it or not.
We've been so
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah, we've been so busy.
Hopefully
But we tried the
tomorrow-
food, though.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Food was
We had the
amazing.
food at the hotel. It's good. Oh, and we went to a restaurant. The food was
Yes.
really
Oh, my
good.
gosh.
Noah went to the spa. He had a spa day.
It was very nice, but I
He had
feel
a
like,
facial.
No, I got a massage.
You got
But-
your nails did.
Anyway, I mean, I love the Brazilian massage, but it's just, I mean, the cities. I feel like I've always wanted to come to Brazil, and I think it's amazing. The food is just so good. I mean, I love
Yeah.
it, and I feel like the people here are so. I feel like people here are just their own type of people in a good way. It's amazing. I wish I could be surrounded by people like you guys all the time. But I mean, I love it here, and I'm so happy to be here.
Hi guys, I'm
Hello.
Daphne from GQ Brazil. I guess you know the magazine.
Yeah.
You guys are so stylish in real life and on the series because of the 80s and stuff. Everyone loves it. But I want to ask Caleb, can you give me your 3 tips from a young man to a mature man, like a stylish tip?
Oh, stylish tip. Whoa, okay. I can't really give you what I do, you know? What I do, I just like clothing. I don't really care about the brand or just, oh, it's Louis. That's great, right? But I love what fits me, you know? It has to be clean, crisp. you know, just make it pop. You know, it has to pop with what you're doing. It has to go with who you are. Don't try to copy anyone else's style. I mean, you can have an idea, just like, oh, I like that person's style, right? But then do your own thing because then it fits you and it goes with your personality, you know? Like this goes with my personality, like colorful and purple. Yeah.
You didn't ask me, but I would say, I'm sorry, I know you didn't ask, but I mean, I would,
Thank you for
say
trying to
just,
steal
like,
my moment, Noah.
No, I'm just saying.
It's okay. No. Finish. It's okay.
I just
we want to
think
hear it.
being confident is very important, and just being comfortable in your own skin and your own clothes is just makes what you do and what you look like a million times better if you just don't care what other people think and you do it for yourself.
Kind of said that, but great, man.
Hi, I'm Isadora from BuzzFeed Brazil, and I want to question you guys about the diversity on the cast, because for us it's so important to see representation. From season 1 we have like Lucas and Millie, and now on season 2 we got Sadie kicking ass. So how do you guys feel about representation on the show?
The representation of the show, in terms of sorry, can you just repeat exactly what you mean?
About the diversity on the cast.
Okay. You know,
I think
just
it's
answer.
I think it's so great that we have so many like strong female characters on the show. And in the first season we had Nancy, Joyce, and Eleven, and Barb. And so I think in season 2, like the addition of another strong female character was, you know, that was nice to see on screen. And then in season 3 we have another strong female character that I can't wait for everyone to see.
The diversity, that's what you were saying? Sorry, I didn't hear. You know, I think it's great because it's not, everyone's not the same on the show. Noah said earlier, every character's different, has their own emotions, and there's so many, we have our own storyline, our own parents, you know. So that's what really makes the show. Yeah, so, sorry.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, my name is Julio. I'm from 0 Hour newspaper. I wanted to know about the monsters because yesterday Noah said on panel on Comic Con that it wasn't so scary in first seeing the monsters, and I want to know the evolution about the monsters, your opinion about this, and the third season. What's the difference? And it will be better to see the monsters and evolution in the most scary scene using monsters. A lot of questions, sorry.
So
Yeah.
what's it like with filming with the monsters?
No, I don't know.
Sorry, there was a few. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. I want to know about the monsters because the evolution, you said that it wasn't so scary to see the monsters at the first scene, at first time. But I want to know the third season, the evolution about this, and how is it to film this? In the third
evolution
season.
of the monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like in season 1, it's more of, it's not less of a threat, but it's more of just, it's starting out and people are starting to realize like what this is, and it's just the little Demogorgon and people are learning like, oh, there's a threat in our town, we have to start worrying about it. And then when season 2 comes along, it gets a lot darker and a lot more intense, and they reveal a lot more about the Upside Down and all the supernatural things that happen in our show, and I feel like the monster just keeps spreading, and that's a key word for our show. So I guess you have to look out for that.
Yeah.
That was the last question. Unfortunately, we don't have time for any more questions, but we would love to have a picture with you guys.
Awesome, let's do this.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Um, we've concluded our Stranger Things part of this press conference. We have, again, a 5-minute break.